degrees it needs to be able to melt. So this one, of course, right now in my bathroom, it's not necessarily warm, so it's a little solid, but it smells so nice. It smells like coconut vanilla, and if you are a fan of these tropical smells, you would love this product. What I like about body oils is that it helps me skip the step of moisturizing my skin after shower, because I really don't do that, and I don't think I'm alone on this. It's really annoying to have to moisturize your body. I'm really lazy when it comes to that. I'm really good at my facial skin routine and whatever, but for my body, I just rely on my oils. So I like to do this, of course, is apply it in the shower. You come out, your skin smells delicious. Oops, sorry. Your skin smells delicious, and you're ready to go. You just dab the towel a little bit so you don't rub off the whole thing, and then the skin absorbs the oil. Next day you're nice and moisturized, and you don't have to worry about it. So this is really delicious. I bought this on Amazon through a recommendation from somebody else I watch on YouTube. I forgot who it was now, but very, very nice oil. Love the smell and love the feel on the skin. I think last but not least, from a beauty-ish kind of thing, what I've been liking a lot is peppermint essential oils. I love essential oils in general. I diffuse essential oils at night in my bedroom, like the lavender. I have a little diffuser in my office at work, which people sometimes like, sometimes don't. If they like, they really like it. If they don't like it, they really don't like it. But I have the little thing going on all day in my office, whether it's vanilla or it's something like peppermint, like to kind of pick up the, give you some, keep you a little alert sometimes, especially after lunch, But what I've also been using this for is actually on my feet. I know it's too much information to share, but you know what? You're always wearing closed shoes in the winter, in the summer, whatever, right? And socks and staying on these shoes all day. So of course your feet aren't necessarily it doesn't smell like petunias, right? So what I've been doing is rubbing this on the bottom of my feet, and sometimes I even drop a few drops in my shoes and wipe it off, which helps a lot in trying to prevent odor in your shoes and in your feet. So of course I'm liking this a lot for that reason, and of course I diffuse this as well. I make bath bombs with it. I do all kinds of things with essential oils, and I really like it. This one happens to be from Vitacost. Of course there are so many different ones, organic, all natural, whatever you want to, you can buy this stuff anywhere, and I think it works really well. So I think it's more or less it for beauty per se. I have a couple more things I want to share. One of the habits that I've picked up for the past few months, and I've been doing it for, I would say, at least since August, is drinking green smoothies. Of course, I love the mason jar thing. I normally have a little cap that goes with it, so when I put it in the car, I can drink it. My green smoothies have become a nice habit for me, and it helps in the morning as almost like a breakfast option. Doesn't necessarily mean it's enough food sometimes, but it's my vegetable intake for sure, right? So in this case today, for this, it's kind of the same recipe. In fact, I have to kind of change it up a bit. I use normally pineapple, mango. I like to use coconut water as the base, and then I put collard greens, I put kale and spinach are normally the staples. Swiss chard is somebody else uses that, I have to try. You can throw in so many different things and blend it. You don't necessarily need a fancy blender unless this is going to become really a habit for you. I haven't bought yet a nice blender like the Vitamix or the Blendtec or whatever, the high-speed blenders. I have just a regular blender that blends everything nicely. I sometimes obviously buy as much as I can fresh produce, but sometimes you have to rely on some of the frozen fruits, which is okay as long as it's like non-GMO and all natural, no sugar, stuff like that. It's good enough for me. So this is definitely a habit that I'm enjoying a lot, and this is like a 24 ounce, is it 24? Yeah, it's a little over 24 ounces by the time you fill up all the way to the top, and it's a lot, and it helps a lot with your system. I feel energized. It's really nice. Another thing I want to talk about, of course, it's a book. Some people have, if you are into Elizabeth Gilbert's work, of course you are a fan of Eat, Pray, Love, the book and the movie. I'm one of them. I really like the movie even more than the book. Big Magic is it's the newest book from Elizabeth Gilbert. It's not all about creativity and being able to live your creativity without fear, right? Without caring what other people are going to think, without worrying about the outcome of the work itself, without blaming your creativity for not making money, for example, right? Because today there's this huge trend of blaming your 8 to 5 job, and everybody thinks that they can be a famous YouTuber and make a lot of money and not have to work, which is a reality for some people, which I admire strongly, but it's not necessarily an easy thing to do for all of us, right? So you can still dab into your creativity without putting so much pressure on it that you feel like you have to make it a living off of it. And normally you would start resenting that, right? So if I feel like I'm going to resent the work that I do on YouTube sporadically because I don't make money out of it, of course I won't want to make it, right? So I'm not standing in front of a camera talking to you because I'm expecting to make money necessarily. I do it because I get a kick out of it. I think it's fun. And that's why I do it. If it becomes popular or whatever, it's a nice outcome, but it's not the reason why I'm doing it. So this book, the message in this book has a lot to do with that. And so I really enjoy it. And I'm really, really upset that I actually missed the speech that she did here in East Coast. She was in Jersey City, in New Jersey. She was in New York. I waited too long to buy the ticket to go see her, and I ended up not being able to secure a ticket in time to go see her. However, I did post a picture on Instagram that I hashtagged her, and she actually commented on my picture, which is really cool. So anyways, love the book. I actually want to even get the Audible version of it. I heard it's narrated by her. She just has a nice voice too. So if you're into podcasts as well, you might want to go check out her podcast called Magic Lessons. Really, really nice podcast. She talks with real people, really, about their struggles with creativity and with the things that they like to do, from an artistic standpoint. And then they get some professional advisors, like famous writers and famous people within the psychology world and whatever, to give these people advice. And she kind of, at the end of the podcast, I think it must have been something she did short term just to create some hype about the book itself. So there are a few episodes, it's not a lot, and you can catch up with that really easily. And if you're into podcasts and self-development and self-growth and self-help or whatever, you may enjoy this book as well as the podcast. So give it a try. Another habit of mine, and I just want to mention the actual journal. I think this is the most gorgeous little journal I've ever seen. It says, "Great things never come from comfort zones." The little message here. I got this from Joann's, the craft store. I think this was $5. Of course, if you have the coupon, you can get it for half off. It's really cheap. I'm not necessarily here to talk about the actual journal. It's more to talk about the habit of journaling that I've also acquired for the past, I've dabbed on this topic of journaling throughout the year, on and off. For the past 3 months or so, I've been consistently writing every day, either in the morning or in the evening. And it's a really nice way if you do it, I used to do it in the morning, which sometimes it works. Like when it was nicer out, I kind of started my morning routine. I would do my green juice. I would grab my journal. I would sit outside in the patio, look outside in the back, my backyard, and just kind of write what was in my mind. But then it started to get cold, and it's nice. It's hard sometimes to keep up the morning, waking up extra early, especially if it's cold outside, to sit out there. So I've been either doing morning or evenings, and I like to just write what comes up in my head, right? If it's in the morning and that's when I feel like writing, I'll write. If it's in the evening, that's when I'll do it. But just nice to put on paper what's in your mind, right? It can be whatever it is, like it's how you're feeling. If you are stuck, just keep writing that you're stuck. I'm stuck. I don't know what to write about. I don't know, whatever. But just creating the habit of putting in paper and trying to express what's in your head. So much goes up in here, all the time for all of us with the overload of information that we have. That is nice to create habits to help cope with certain, overwhelming situations, if you will. So, without further ado, I think that's all I got to say today as far as my favorites. Ended up being quite a long video. I haven't been here in a while, so you can tell I'm excited to be back. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions about anything that I've said or any products that I've shown. Leave me comments below if you have any recommendations of nice books or podcasts or anything that you want to share with me. It's always very, very nice when I hear from any of you whatsoever. So leave me comments below, even if it's to say that, you know, bad things too, whatever. People have all kinds of things to say. So anyways, have a wonderful day, a very nice November for you, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.